How to quickly profit from a big blog using the best growth hacks. Part 2. Growth hacks for quickly growing your audience. This all takes time though. Lots of time. And this training is all about making money and being successful at internet marketing in the shortest possible amount of time. So if you want to accelerate your progress and start growing your audience even faster, what do you need to do? One answer is to use growth hacks. These are simple techniques that you can use in order to grow and promote your website that don't involve gradually waiting for it to spread by word of mouth. One of the very most powerful and popular examples is to use something called influencer marketing. Simply, influencer marketing means that you're going to leverage the power of an existing influencer, someone who already has a lot of sway and a big audience in the same niche or a related niche. If you could find a YouTuber who has 500,000 views on every single video, then all you need to do is to message them and get them to mention your website or blog in their next video. If you can get them to do this, then you can potentially generate hundreds of thousands of visits to your website that very day. This can transform the success of your business overnight. Of course, the hard part of influencer marketing is finding the influencers and then convincing them that they should promote you. One way to get around this is to offer to pay them for their time. Another option is to find an influencer who is easygoing and doesn't mind giving you a shout out. Some are just having fun and happy to help. Or potentially, you could offer to do something for them instead. How about working on a project with them? If you have a skill set that you can offer, then you can somehow help to boost their success, and at the same time, they'll be likely to give you a shout out. For example, if you know how to make apps, then get in touch and offer to build them their very own app. In all likelihood, they'll be excited and complimented, and as such, they'll promote the app, which you can then split the revenue for 50-50. If you struggle to get an influencer to listen, then one great strategy is simply to hire them for something. If you can find an influencer who offers any kind of consultation or who sells a product, then order that from them, and they will be obligated to respond to you. Yet another great option is to meet them in person. Once you've actually made contact in one of these ways, then you'll likely find that they're much more inclined to listen and to help you out. It's all about building genuine relationships and connections. Another good option for a growth hack is just to find that perfect route to market. And often if you can create the perfect blog post and promote it in the perfect location, then you'll find that you can get a huge influx of traffic from just a single link. The key is to make your post interesting and unique enough that anyone in a certain subreddit or forum will be sure to want to read it. If you can do this well, then you can generate thousands of clicks, and several of those might be interested to subscribe to your feed or maybe even to order a product there and then. Your super fast guide to SEO. This would not be a training on internet marketing though if we didn't at least touch on SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, which for all intents and purposes really means Google optimization. The idea behind this is that you're making changes to your website and creating links to your website, and in this way, you're going to make your site more likely to show up in the search results when someone looks for something related on Google. Unfortunately, this is not a particularly quick tool when it comes to marketing your site. SEO takes a lot of time, and there is never any guarantee that it is going to be effective. You can put a lot of effort in and still find that it doesn't work. But if you create a systemized approach for your SEO, then you can find ways to speed up the process. For example, by making a new post once a week or even by outsourcing the process. Essentially, Google works by looking for content that matches the search terms that people are looking for. When someone searches for a specific phrase, Google looks for the content in its index and then shows them the sites with the most relevant content. In order to add new sites to that index, Google uses spiders, programs that crawl the web by following links. Google also looks at each link as a testimonial, and the better the site that links to you, the more weight that testimony has. Your aim then is to fill your site with high-quality content that Google will see as being relevant, and it is to get the most important and biggest sites to link to you. Once again, this often means working with influencers. Don't try to trick Google. Don't try to spam Google. Don't try to keyword stuff, repeating the search phrase in your content over and over again. And don't pay people to share your links. Google is smart enough to catch you, and you will be penalized. Instead, Focus on making your site into the kind of high-quality site that the key influencers will be happy to associate with. Does your brand look as good as the top competition on the web? If not, then you need to work on that. But what you do need to understand is that from Google's perspective, getting one of the right links can completely change the game and is worth countless low-quality links. To get those right links, you need to understand who it is that Google trusts. The answer? Google trusts sites that are authorities. That means .gov domains and .edu. It means older sites that have been around for a long time and sites with recognized brands. If your site gets a link from a site like that, then you will get a much bigger boost in much less time. But what's more is that if you get a link from a site that has a link like that, then you'll still get a very big boost. Consider this a little like degrees of separation. Another tip is to look for sites that Google features in its news section. If Google puts a site there, then that's a very good sign that it trusts that brand. Focus your time on building these links and delivering quality, and your SEO will be twice as effective in half the time. Productivity tips to help you do more work in less time. All of these tips and strategies will hopefully show you that you can be highly effective as an internet marketer in a fraction of the time that it would take to handle similar marketing offline. The web is a powerful equalizer and a great force multiplier. It allows individuals to have all the impact of huge corporations. But while these systems are quick and powerful, you also need to think about how you can optimize and streamline your approach to them. How can you become faster so that you can get more done in less time? There are plenty of answers to this, but largely, it will once again come down to leveraging the power of the internet and using the tools and resources that it presents you with. For example, one thing that you should never underrate is the power of outsourcing to other service providers. If you can get someone else to complete a task for you, then that frees you up time to work on other more important things. Don't be shy to do that. Need to edit the cover of a PLR product? Write blog content? Build a list of potential influencers to contact? Then consider hiring a freelancer through a site like Upwork, Upwork.com, or consider using a virtual assistant who will do nearly any online job for just a few dollars per hour. If you can do this, then you can get a lot of your systems to work for you. Heck, you can even go one step further and use service arbitrage. This means you're going to offer your services as a writer or a web designer for $30 per hour, and then outsource the work to a white label service that will do it for $20 an hour. You just pocket the $10. You can also streamline your workflow by making rules that you follow yourself. This might mean keeping communication overhead to a minimum by not engaging in Skype calls or online meetings. Or it might mean simply finding ways to be more disciplined in the way you approach work. Setting yourself short blocks of time to work in can help, as can using things like the Pomodoro technique. Then there are tools like Asana, Asana.com, that can help with time management, and things like IFTTT, IFTTT.com, that can run your social media for you. Leverage these tools as much as possible to take all the things you're doing every day and to get technology and other people to handle them for you. This is how the busy business person should approach internet marketing, and you'll discover a lot more tips in this in the free resources that came with this training. Introduction. To this day, it amazes me that more people aren't aware of the huge potential that the internet represents when it comes to earning money. This is not just an option for those lucky, tech-savvy entrepreneurs. This is something that anyone can start doing with amazing effects. If you know how to use a computer, then you could be earning money online. Not only that, but you could be earning passive income. That means you could be earning money while you sleep. By the way, those passive income business models don't need to be complicated to set up. This is something you can start doing in days, if not hours. Some online business models are so shockingly simple that they literally involve doing little more than copying and pasting an existing business model to start making it work for you. And it's not just money that you can stand to gain by doing all this. Running a business online gives you a way to make money doing something you love and that you're truly passionate about. More than that, it will allow you to develop a small amount of fame. Can you imagine how rewarding it would be to get emails from strangers telling you that your videos or your blog posts changed their lives? This can be a stepping stone to great things. It can be a way to find yourself on TV someday. It can lead to a publishing contract. It can help you to create other products that you've always dreamed of. Imagine the sense of accomplishment that comes from seeing something that you thought of in stores. And if you already run a business, or if you're someone that works for another company, then you can even use a basic understanding of internet marketing in order to promote that existing organization and grow it to entirely new heights. If the web can do all that for an individual, imagine how much it could grow your business. Imagine how many new visitors you can drive to your website, how many new customers you could drive to your products, and just how little time, effort, and money all of it could cost you. In short, there is no limit to what you can accomplish using an internet business, and it's something that everyone should be involved in. Whether you like the idea of having a blog that people read and enjoy, whether you want to make a little money on the side, whether you want to boost your existing organization, or whether you want to grow your own internet empire. All this sounds great, but I don't have the time or the knowledge. Maybe you've heard some of this pitch before. Maybe friends have told you how their lives changed when they started earning money online. Maybe you've read the blogs of other internet marketing gurus that promote the benefits of earning money on the web. Maybe you're just smart enough to see the opportunities there in front of you. So why haven't you done anything about it yet? Well, if you're like a lot of other people, then the answer likely comes down to two factors: time and knowledge. You probably don't know enough about the web or how it operates in order to see the precise opportunities that are there for you. You probably don't yet know how to go about setting up a website, let alone filling it with the kind of content that people will fall over to read, creating a product to sell from it, or promoting it so that people all around the world are able to discover it without trying to. And perhaps you're not yet familiar with all the different types of businesses that you can create online. Perhaps, for instance, you didn't even know that you could start making money by selling books that you didn't even create. And the other issue is time. You'd love to learn all this stuff, but you really don't have the time. Then there's the idea of actually running the business day to day. If you're already a busy professional, how can you possibly afford the time to build an additional business on top of the one that already takes up the vast majority of your time? Especially if you're also a family man or woman, or even just someone with an active social life. That's where this training comes in. In these pages, you're going to discover everything you need to know to start running a massively successful business in your spare time. You don't need to know a single thing about SEO, building a website, or even business just yet. You're going to learn how the web works, how people make their money, and how you can get in on the action. We're going to focus on the fastest and most effective ways to start making money online. You're going to discover business models that you can easily implement in a matter of hours or even less. And you're going to discover how you can create businesses that run themselves so that you don't have to. I'm serious. You can start making thousands of dollars each month from a business that will take you less than a few hours to set up. There's an element of luck involved, sure, but the worst case scenario is that you'll earn a few hundred a month. A few hundred a month. Indefinitely. From a few hours worth of work. It sounds mad, right? It sounds impossible. But it really isn't. And you're going to discover why not in this training. In the first few videos, you will discover multiple simple businesses that can be implemented this quickly and effectively. If you want to take things a little further, we'll look at some productivity tips that will allow you to leverage the power of the web in order to accomplish huge amounts of work in a very short period of time. And you're going to see how you can take these ideas and use them to grow your own business too. If you're new to all this, then this training can change the way you approach your business. And in doing so, it can change your life. Who is this training for? This training is really for anyone who wants to learn more about internet marketing and how to make money from the web, but who doesn't have the time to invest countless hours into growing an online business or managing a blog. If you think you could benefit from earning several $100s minimum from a few hours work a month, then this training is for you. But this training is particularly aimed at the business professional. If you are someone who runs a business or is currently worked to near breaking point by existing employers, then you're going to find that this training uses a lot of concepts and strategies you're familiar with, but in a new way. This will help you to understand how to use internet marketing in the workplace or how to use it to escape the rat race. This is Internet Marketing for Business People. Conclusion. At this point, you should now be ready to get out there and start learning by doing. If you take only one thing from this training, then it should be that internet marketing doesn't have to take a long time. You can be highly effective in promoting your existing brand or completely new one, and you can even create completely self-automated businesses that will run and even scale themselves while you sleep. It just takes a business mind and a couple of evenings a week, and you can start getting the message out to the entire web. And once you learn how to do that, anything is possible. Employ these techniques, dive in, and good luck.